Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode those dry company reports and find the juicy bits. And today we've got Vimeo Inc. with a little update that might just tell us where their CFO is heading, or rather, when she's leaving. Before we dive in, if you love getting these behind the scenes looks at corporate moves, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hey, join our Discord community too, link down below for more real-time chat about these filings. So Vimeo's latest filing is a bit of a procedural update, no massive financial bombshells here, but it does tell us a story about a key executive and the company's ongoing transitions. Think of it as a little peek behind the curtain at how companies manage their leadership changes, especially when things aren't quite going to plan. This document here is what's called a Form 8K. It's basically a current report that companies file with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC, to announce major events that shareholders should know about. It's not their regular quarterly or annual reports stuffed with every financial detail, but rather for those surprise announcements. The date that starts this whole story is August 28th, 2025. Now, this is important because the report itself is dated August 29th, meaning this update about their Chief Financial Officer, or CFO, happened just the day before they officially told everyone. Vimeo, as you probably know, is a video platform. They've been around for a while, known for providing video hosting and sharing services, often to businesses and creators who want more control and features than what you might find on a consumer-focused platform. They've been trying to carve out their niche in the increasingly crowded online video space. Now, the filing tells us Vimeo is incorporated in Delaware. This is pretty standard for many US companies. And this number here, 001-40420, that's their commission file number, which is like their unique identifier with the SEC. And then there's the IRS employee identification number, 8543344195. That's their tax ID number. Not super exciting for us, but crucial for the government. We see their principal executive officers are listed in New York City. This is where the main business decisions are made. And their phone number. Again, not really the meat of the story for us, but part of the official record. Vimeo's common stock trades under the ticker symbol VM on the Nasdaq. That's where you'd go if you wanted to buy a piece of the company. They're also noting here whether they are an emerging growth company. This designation gives them certain flexibility with financial reporting rules, but they haven't elected to extend that transition period, meaning they're sticking to the standard timeline for new accounting standards. Now let's get to the core of why they filed this 8K. It falls under item 5R2, which deals with changes in a company's leadership. Specifically, it covers departures of officers, elections of new ones, and any changes to their pay. Here's the main event. On August 29th, 2025, Vimeo announced that their Chief Financial Officer, Gillian Munson, is going to stay on a bit longer. Her original exit date was a bit sooner, but they've extended it to September 30th of 2025. Why? Well, it's for assistance through the end of the third quarter and while the company continues its executive search process. This tells us they haven't found a replacement yet and they need her expertise to help transition things smoothly and get them through a crucial period, likely closing out their third quarter books. To make this extension happen, they updated her original separation agreement. This isn't just a handshake deal. It's a formal, legally binding contract that outlines the terms of her departure and her extended service. They initially agreed to her leaving in June, then amended it in August, and now they're amending it again to push that date back. This shows they're being very deliberate about managing this executive transition. Her official separation date is now officially September 30th. For this extra time she's putting in, she'll be paid a monthly base salary of $100,000. This is essentially a retention bonus, if you will, for her continued service during this critical search period. It shows the value they place on her knowledge and experience during this transition. This $100,000 a month is essentially a payment for her expertise and continuity during a pivotal time for finding a new CFO. Anything more detailed about the agreement, like specific duties or other clauses, isn't in the main body of the report. They're telling us that all the nitty-gritty legal stuff is in another document, Exhibit 10.1, which is the full amended and restated separation agreement. They're directing anyone who wants to dive deeper into the contractual details to that exhibit. Next up, we have item 7.01, which is for Regulation FD disclosure. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is a rule that requires publicly traded companies to share any material information with all investors at the same time. If they tell one important person something, they have to tell everyone. This part is dedicated to forward-looking statements. This is a standard disclaimer you see in almost every SEC filing. It means that any statements made in the report about future expectations, plans, or beliefs are just that, expectations. They are subject to risks and uncertainties, and the actual results could be very different. They're specifically mentioning the Private Securities Litigation Reform Act of 1995, which is the law that governs these forward-looking statements and provides some protection for companies if their predictions don't turn out exactly as planned, as long as they haven't intentionally misled anyone. So basically anything in this report that isn't about something that has already happened, like their plans for Ms. Munson's extended tenure, is considered a forward-looking statement. They are being careful to cover themselves legally. They even provide examples of words that usually signal a forward-looking statement. If you see words like expect, will, may, or anticipate, it's a clue that the company is talking about the future, not just the past or present. And importantly, they state they don't have to update these future predictions unless the law requires them to. So what they say now about the future isn't a guarantee. Finally, we land on item 9.01, which is all about financial statements and exhibits. This is where they list all the supporting documents that make up the filing. Here it is again, Exhibit 10. The amended and restated separation agreement between Vimeo and Gillian Munson. Dated as of August 28th, 2025. This is the crucial document that formalizes the extended role. The asterisk next to 10.1 indicates it's a management contract or a compensatory plan or arrangement, meaning it's related to executive pay or employment terms. And Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file. This is part of the newer XBRL filing system, which makes financial data more accessible and machine readable for analysts and investors. At the end, we have the signatures. This is the official sign-off from the company, confirming that the information in this report is accurate and that the company is complying with its reporting obligations. Here, Jessica Tracy, acting as General Counsel and Secretary for Vimeo, has signed off on the report. This confirms that the company has officially submitted this information to the SEC. And the report is dated August 29th, 2025, the day after they made the announcement about Ms. Munson's extended tenure. So what's the story here? Vimeo's CFO, Gillian Munson, was expected to leave, but they've managed to keep her on for an extra month until the end of September. This extension comes with a pretty hefty pay bump of $100,000 per month for her continued service. Now, looking at this situation, what does it really tell us? On one hand, it's good that they're prioritizing a smooth transition. Having an experienced CFO in place, especially during a search for a new one, can prevent missteps. The extension helps ensure they can get their financial reporting and any ongoing strategic financial planning through the end of the third quarter without a hitch. The fact that they're paying her $110 a month for this extra service highlights how crucial they see her role during this period. However, the need for an extension and a significant monthly payment also signals two things. First, they likely haven't found the ideal candidate for the CFO role yet. A thorough search can take time, but a prolonged search could also suggest a competitive market for executive talent, or perhaps some specific requirements for this role at Vimeo that are proving difficult to meet. Second, it might indicate that there's a lot of critical work to be done, work that they feel only Ms. Munson can handle adequately during this transition. Does this mean Vimeo is in trouble? Not necessarily based on this filing alone. Companies regularly go through leadership changes, and extensions are common when replacing key figures like a CFO. But it does suggest that the company is navigating a significant leadership transition and is willing to pay a premium for experience continuity during that process. We'll need to keep an eye on future filings to see who they ultimately appoint and how the company's financial performance evolves under new leadership. Alright, that's our breakdown of Vimeo's latest update. What's your take on the extended tenure of their CFO and the implications for the company? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more decoding of corporate documents. And don't forget to join our growing Discord community, link in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.